Good evening, everyone. I'm interested in graphic design, so I like to do posters. I will show you some of my posters today. This is about Nayagan, a 1987 Tamil movie. I like this movie very much. And the story takes place in Mumbai. So I gave this background of CST terminal. And that's this one is a collage. I tried to make a collage on the recent issues in Afghanistan. And these are made with the images of Afghan refugees, and you can see the shape of the country also. And I gave the colors of Afghanistan flag in the black, red, and green. And these are the posters of the same issue. I tried different brush textures in this. And this is about a Tamil movie, 96, and it is one of my favorite movies. So I tried to recreate this movie poster in a retro aesthetic way. Like you can see the clouds, flowers, and leaves there. And this one is about birds. Pullinangal. It is a Tamil word which means birds. I got this word from a song from the movie 2.0. So I found this word very interesting. It inspired me to make this one. And I took multiple pictures of birds and tried to put them together and match the colors. And I'm a huge fan of A.R. Rahman sir. So I tried to make a poster for A.R. Rahman sir. And you can see those colors here. And I like to play around with Photoshop brushes. And this is an attempt to make a Nike poster. Like with iconic tagline of Nike, just do it. And this is a poster for the song Enjoy Enjoy Me. It is a Tamil indie song, and I like this song very much. And she is one of my favorite artists too. So I tried to make a poster for the song. And this is a movie. Vikram Veda is a Tamil movie, and in the title you can see the Vikram and Veda. The left one is Veda and the right one is Vikram. The background is Pulli. He is another important character in the movie. So, and this is Maheshinte Pradikaram. It is a Malayalam movie, national award-winning movie. And Mahesh, the protagonist, is a photographer. So I tried to give a old film like photo texture to this one. And then this title also, if you zoom in, you can see two characters in this Maheshinte Pradikaram title. And it is a key scene in the movie. And this one is a typography attempt, Hyderabad with the Charminar. And this is another collage. I tried to make a collage with photos from Indian COVID crisis. And there is you can see migration. One woman is getting tested for COVID, and someone is giving foods. And you can see a body is being cremated, and two people are sharing bed. I tried to make a collage with all these pictures and give a paper texture. And this one is a template. There are a lot of online news agencies now, news portals. So this one can be used by them to share their news in social media like Facebook, Instagram. It is in 1:1 ratio for standard Instagram posts. So, and next, I'm interested in designing UIs, user interface for apps and website. I have just started to learn it. So I tried to design some of websites, only few pages. I will show them. First one is of KSFDC. KSFDC is a Kerala State Film Development Corporation, and it runs a number of theaters in Kerala in various districts. So I tried to create a website of KSFDC theaters. This is a home page, idea one, and when you enter the website, you see this page, and here you can see a search bar, and you can search a theater or cinemas, and on the top you can see login and sign up buttons. And this is another idea of the home page, and home page 2, and here I gave an event and a link to book tickets for the same event. And this is the ticket booking page. In the left side you can select your movie, screen, show, and number of tickets, and in the right side you can select your seats, and selected seats are marked in black color, and then the down you can see an arc. It show the screen this way. And this is a movies page. Here you can see the movies which are currently running in theaters, and if you can select the one movie and see the all information related to that movie, like rating, reviews, and stuff. So that's it. And next one is in web page design of Kappa. Kappa is an Malayalam television channel. So I tried to design a homepage of their website. And as I told before, I'm a huge fan of A.R. Rahman sir. So I tried to redesign his official website and 3 landing pages of them. First one gives an introduction to A.R. Rahman sir, what is, for those who don't know, just an introduction. The second page is his latest song, gives link to the latest song. And third one is he performing live, a video of he performing live. And I have given menu tab, home, discography, events, and shop, about. And this is the one I'm currently working on. So I have designed only 2 pages, and this is a music streaming app. So 2 pages of music streaming app. Thank you. That's it.
Okay, sir. So this journey begins in the month of June and July. I mean, so this when I was in my old house, my house was now it got renovated. So in the month of June or July 2020, I had a chapter known as the Tughlaq dynasty in my history book, and this was the chapter which was really very I liked it so much. And now also I really like this chapter very much. So when I read this chapter for the first time, actually my history teacher taught me this chapter, and she taught it so nice that I like it so much. And so slowly in the month of November or December, my mom had she bought a new studio, and there in that studio, I visited that studio once, and there it had that studio nearby. There was a masjid, and from there onwards, my journey began. So in the month of November and December, I liked visiting that place, and then according my playlist also changed. I got attracted more towards Islam, and I started listening. So this is the very first song, that is Marathi Golden, because that place is a place where there is Hindus also stay there and Muslims also stay there. Marathi people stay there. So I first used to listen to Marathi Gundhar song, and then slowly I started listening to Tajdare Haram, Bohi Khuda Hai, and many other songs from Coke Studio. And yes, then in the month of January, uh, I just searched for a serial. I got a serial. This is the serial background and everything. So I liked it so much. The set and the overall feel of this serial was so beautiful. These are few heroines, I mean actors of that serial. So this is a character which I like very much. This is a girl, and the serial was of partition time. Lahore, this setting and everything is of Lahore, and I feel something very. I feel that Lahore and Punjab, I feel a connection with that place after seeing the serial and everything. I mean, the set is also very beautiful. So I started watching this serial, and in the month of January and February, I started to listen. I started listening to the title song of this serial, and this is how the set looks. So very colorful and beautiful. And this is another set. I mean, same serial set, but and then again in the month of Jan and Feb only, I used to visit to my. I mean, I used to go to my mom's studio, and there I saw. That masjid. So I used to search that masjid on Google, and I used to see such images, and um, and then I used to just play some songs, some Islamic kind of songs, and then I used to see these images. This is one of my favorite images because I feel that Islam is not religion, but if you seek very carefully, it is a very disciplined religion. I feel because because you will there are points here and everything. It is very pointed. This religion I feel is full of expressions. Also, this moon at the top here has points, sharp edges. Also, the people worshipping here, they have hands. Their hands are also, I mean, and your this their monuments and everything also has. I mean, it has a pointed edge here. So I feel it is the overall feel of this is full of expressions and everything. And then in the month of February and May, I actually, when I used to see this serial, and not see the serial, like I just felt a connection. And then in the month of February, I shifted to another house because there was some work going on. So I shifted to that house, and then my playlist changed accordingly. I started listening to songs from the movie Ranjana. These songs are composed by A.R. Rahman, and I liked it so much. Banarasiya, Tum Tak, Ranjana, O Rangreez, Chhap Tilak, Sahiba, and Arzia. Now, these songs are a combination of Hindu and Muslim, Bihar culture and tradition and everything. So this song is no combination. I mean, they have used Shehnais. These three songs are from the movie Ranjana, and they have, the tradition and everything is seen in this song. So even if I listen to these songs, I really feel very nice. And then again, I shifted back to my old house, and my playlist changed accordingly, because when I came back to my house in the month of June or August, I started listening to Marathi songs then. This happened because when I was just sitting, and then I remembered that when I was small, very small, not very small, like in first or second standard. Here in our building, there's Ganpati festival and Diwali and everything. So we celebrated here itself. And I was listening I was just listening to this song, Rakhumai song. This is a worshipping song to Rakhumai. And so these are Marathi songs. And then I just went back to that time when I was small. And so I just wanted to recollect all those memories. So I started listening to Marathi songs. This was the song which I used to listen when I was in my old house. Okay. And so I just used to watch the serial, listen to that song. And sometimes I used to just keep this image and then I used to listen this song. So I used to connect to what is shown. And I feel that it is really very beautiful. I can't explain it more. In this song there is lots and lots of music, and actually in both songs there is. So the very first song, which that was Tajadare Haram from Coke Studio, it had Shehna, that there was, I don't know the name of that instrument, but that instrument is that sound, and that is so sharp. And this starting music of this song, Banarasiya, that song, I mean, I really can feel it that I am in Banaras and then everything. So this is how I changed. Everything changed accordingly. And so I feel in this camp, in this session, in these sessions, 5 weeks sessions, I feel that everything there was, I really was able to connect to what everyone was, I mean, what sir and ma'am were talking about. And that's it.
Yes. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Atharv. So I like, I much love into photography. So here I'm not here to share my pics or I'm not here to show you how beautiful my images are. So these are one of my experiences. So each photo have a unique experience. So yeah, I'll be sharing my experience rather than a good image. So yeah, this is not much, but this is evening shot. It's a silhouette image. Every image you see here, it's shot in my house. So I like my genre of photography, which I like to shoot is wildlife, more of animals. But you will see more. You're not only seeing animals here, but you can see in portraits. So yeah, this is a common image, not much. This is one of my favorite photo. So the interesting fact is, many of the people whoever I show this photo, they don't show much interest to this photo. They don't find they don't find it interesting. But there's a unique story behind it. So when I got my camera, all I wanted was to shoot birds. So each day I got closer and closer to this bird. It's a common bird. I don't know the name. So each day I came closer and closer. I think the 7th or 8th day it came and it took I think some food from my hand. So that close we became. So first it was scared of my camera, or I think it might it was scared of my camera. Then it got so close, so I could take this, I think, a good portrait of this bird. In photography aspects, I think I've done a pretty good job here, because you need a head turn of the bird, you need a cat's light of the eye. So that's all you want to you should have in a photography, in a bird photo. But I don't know, people don't show interest in this photo. Rather they dislike this photo. If you have a critique, or if you have something in your mind that you could have done it more, I'll be pleased if you share it. This is also a common photo. It's a bird in flight. I think a sparrow or something. Yeah, nothing much. This photo, that's the day which I knew how much my patience was. So it was so small. It's not this big as it's in the image. It took me several hours to have this photo. See, as I told you, it's not about the photo, but it's about what I had, the experience. So it took me, I think, 3 or 4 hours I was spending with this. Whenever I came closer, it flew away. I think 100 times it flew away. Then at last I got it sitting in the leaf. So yeah, that's all. So the next I have some, I don't wanted to call it portrait photos, but rather than people. Yeah, a unique experience from that I had in the wildlife photos. So this is my friend Vishnu. Yeah, you can see him here. So this was this I took this I think 2 or 3 years back. That time I got my first camera and I was simply shooting, and he also came to my house and was simply shooting. So I was not expecting, I was not expecting to put this photo in my presentation today, but when I was looking for, I was going through my hard drive, I saw something special because back in the day, I didn't, it was just a simple photo, but now after the classes I heard, I think you can see a story behind this photo. It might sound strange and funny, but I think, it's a beautiful portrait of him. He was a small boy. I think there's a big difference now. Yeah. And the next, this is also a pretty old photo. I think I took this 2 years back. This is also not a great photo when you look in the terms of photography, because the lighting is not good, the composition is not good, but I think the details what it matters. So this worker, I think, yeah, he was a paddy field worker. So then he was going back to his home, and he was I think he was drinking tea from the small tea stall. So the details here, so he was looking for the lottery, just like an average a middleman or an average worker would do. So you can see the his purse here. I think it's I think it's special or something. The details, which the story behind it, I think you can see it. So back, I was when I was shooting this, I didn't feel any of these, but when when the days passed, when I see it, I think there's something I think I can feel the stories behind it. The next is also you see when you're in a village, a common shot. This also, I was looking for a minimalistic look, a minimalistic kind of look. Here, she's also a paddy field worker. This is a mobile shot. I think it's a current one. It's also not a great shot, but she's a maid. She's a maid from my grandmother's house. So I think you can see a story behind whatever things are here. I think you can see a story behind. You can see her story. So my grandma gives her something to eat when she comes to work, so that you can see a banana there. Then she has done cutting the onions, and she's drinking tea, and so there grandma still believe of the caste system. So she I think she's older than my grandma, but she still sits in the floor. I hope you understand what I mean. So she's 80 years old, and you can see how she's not that young, but you can see her hair, it's still black. I think these are very small details, but I think this is unique story behind every I think the last 2-3 images I shared. So that's all. Thank you.
So the main thing I learned from this class is till now I learned how I can know art with myself, with my own mind, with my own imagination. I can give art my own meaning. So I, before coming to this session, I saw some images on art, some images related to art by artists, and I didn't know the meaning at that time. So I searched Google and I tried to find a meaning why these artists did this. But then after this session, like after some classes of this session, I got to know how to use my knowledge to get to know more about art. So I want to share this art of my own choice, and to get my to tell my own feelings about this art by these artists. So can you go to the next one? So yeah. So the main, like, I like drawings of one point perspective, like the construction line while drawing will come from one point. The line of eyesight will be from one dot, and all the construction lines end at one point, and that is called one point perspective drawings. I love these type of drawings because I feel I'm in that drawing. For example, in this drawing of a corridor, I feel that I am in this corridor and I'm walking through a corridor like this. And whenever I go to some temple or some place, some monument, I get this type, like this temple corridor where it meets at one point. I get this type of image. So I don't know. I really find this art in my mind. I really love one point perspective drawings. So that's why I've given it here. So next slide. So one of my favorite artists is Salvador Dalli. He's more of a painter who gives an illusion type of art. So some of his illusions are very famous. For example, the grandmother and the grandfather was staring at each other. When you look closely, they are two musicians playing in a corridor. Such art by Salvador Dali is like, it really fascinates me about how he drew it and how he thought of drawing about this. So when I look at it, the colors, the contrast of these colors, the different shades he has used, the merging of these two colors, all this has given some type of meaning, so that the final outcome has come. And this I really like about Salvador Dali, because he creates, I mean, two or three images in one painting, and then when you look closely at different perspectives, you get to know about each image, and you really understand what he is trying to draw. And in this sculpt picture, there are two ladies who are in a dining table, and who are eating in some restaurant. And he has given it as a representation of skull. And it really gives some meaning to it when he's using this black and white picture, because you can really see those two heads are the eye sockets, and their hands or something is the nose and the mouth. And when they are sitting, it gives a feel where it's not only the skull, but he has given also image for the reference for the background of this drawing, which really gives me fascinating feeling. So this third image is also by Salvador Dali. So next slide. So Wassily Kandinsky is an abstract painter. He paints with colors, and he tries to get shapes into abstract painting, and he tries to mingle everyday objects also into his abstract painting. And while seeing this abstract painting, I feel very free. I really concentrate on each shape, try to figure out what each shape is. And it is, going into a whole different world when I see Wassily Kandinsky's painting, because he uses colors and shades for representing this. But not only that, he also gives meaning to these shapes, and he arranges these shapes in a format where it really gives a meaning to the color he's also used. And I feel it like that. So the next slide. So this was Nelson Mandela drawing when he got arrested while protesting. He drew this in this prison, and why I put this painting here is because he has already given a story about why he has went to this prison, and he has already given a meaning. And instead of writing it as a form of autobiography or something like that, he has given it in a painting form. And he has also given the prison cell unlocked, which means he's free, and there's a key over there. So when you look at it, you really get to know what the story of Nelson Mandela is. And I really get to know what he was trying, what happened when he was protesting. So the next slide. So one new type of illusional drawing is called anamorphic drawing. I got to know it recently. Anamorphic drawing is a drawing which is on a flat surface, but you're giving it in a representation as if it is curved and it is in 3D format. So anamorphic drawings really take me into the drawing, and so I can really feel these drawings. And anamorphic drawings are like one of, it's a very good drawing for me. I really like to see anamorphic drawings, and I really like to do anamorphic drawings. So the next slide. So Zaha Hadid, yeah, Robert Frank. Robert Frank is a photographer. He passed away recently in 2019. And when Nitin Kulkarni sir was explaining about the photographs, how he sees the photographs, how how he sees the background, how he imagines a photograph to be, then I also wanted to know how I feel when I look at a photograph. So when I was searching for really famous photographers, I got Robert Frank, and I was really awestruck by his photographs, because when you look at the photo with the man, it looks like it's a city, but then the city is in fog and there are people walking behind it. But then it looks as if the city is quiet and the two buildings, one of the building is slanting, so it looks like it's about to, collapse or something like that. It gives a meaning, and especially in the fog, it appears as dust. And when these people are walking calmly, I feel it as some different world, and he has merged this different world and given it one meaning so that we can understand what this photograph is. And in the right photograph, we can't see the top of the building, we can't see anything, but we can only see, we can see the roads and the cars going. But when we look at the reflection of the water puddle below in the road, we know that there's a tall building above. So he has represented this building in a way, indirectly or directly, by reflecting this water. I don't know. I feel he has represented in a very unique way by giving the reflection in the water puddle. So next picture. Zaha Hadid, she's an Iraqi British architect, and she has designed some really amazing buildings. When looking at her architectural buildings, I really don't know how she imagined to even give architecture to such type of buildings. And this one, the top right, it is a football stadium in Qatar. So it is where FIFA took place. I guess it's called Al Jubain. And the hotel below is her last hotel, which she did. I guess she passed away in 2016. This hotel, in the bottom left, it looks like very different. It looks flat in the front from the behind when you watch, but then when you see it in the night from the front, you see a really unique pattern with blue lights, and it really gives some different. I don't even know how she imagined to do such architecture. It is really wonderful. So these type of art really took me, and I got to know the meaning of what art is. It isn't about something someone tells me to do. It is something I have to do. I know how to do it. It is something I imagine to do. So after when I attended this session, I got to know the meaning of art and what is art for myself. And when I look at these pictures again, I get a different meaning from when I got from the start. So this is what I wanted to share for today's presentation. Thank you.